Vegetables. 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 These are called commission. No, these are called commercial. There. How to date a woman. Here's one reason why you would read one of these. Maximum using. You know, it'd be really hard to say, could you get out the way? I'm playing Xbox to while these women. Who's that right there? That's Pauline Gretzky. I have Kate Upton, Sports Illustrated, on the wall. If you don't have any kind of artwork on your wall for a bachelor pad, I don't know what to tell you. You might as well read up and learn something like one of these right here. It would steer you in the right direction and towards attracting the opposite sex. How about them apples? Square base. Well, speaking of which, guess what I was also reading while decorating holiday shopping? Nicholas Sparks. You can see this right here. It'll probably be a movie. I bet you some hot cocoa, a cup of coffee, that this will be a movie, and this book will be sold out at a bookstore, Barnes Noble, a library nearest you. If you aren't near a library, then check out barnesandnobles.com. They'll steer your hind parts knowledge in the right direction. So proper force. While you're delayed, flight over because of a snowstorm. That's the size of this continent right now. I just saw in the morning America, the weather will blow your mind. It snowed all over the way down the north panhandle of Texas. 3 inches to be exact in some places, 1 feet in others. Do you think you're going anywhere at John F. Kennedy Airport anytime soon in the next week? The way the weather looks right now, if I was a pilot and there was 600 of you in back of me, I'd be telling you, hold on to your tails, ladies and kids, because if we're going somewhere, pray to God it's not going to be downward into the nearest tarmac all over the runway. Seen Die Hard, the ending scene, part where he takes off, old jet fuel, just to light up the runway because there's a blizzard so far down there that you need a flamethrower just to point the runway. Squid away. How else are they to land following one another? Now that's a brilliant idea, although they can't flame up the whole runway just for your convenience because you wanted to get to your Christmas party not caring about the passenger in back of you who's sitting there who probably hasn't slept for the last 24 hours because his or her flight was canceled and is waiting till sunrise just to talk to a pretty smiling reservation agent. You meet the parent, the ending part, where she's doing this just to check Ben Affleck's character in. Stand back, sir. There's 200 people waiting in front of you. Now rows 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was waiting to check in. God bless you all. That's not an easy job. Trust me, I know how you feel. Sit there. While someone's about ready to explode in front of you, but you're praying to God because they had a bad day or got stuck in an airport and didn't want to be there. When they could have used their brain cells and got in a car and started driving to their nearest destination or one airport over. Golly. It's amazing what even police officers go through just to keep an airport secure and stay free. God bless them. I feel for them too. Where's a Krispy Kreme Dunkin' Donut best donut store when you need one? I feel for those people. Yep. Which would explain once in a while when people come by. If I don't answer the door right away, chances are I'm doing one of these. Into the buzz, into the buzz. Or doing this. For a whole buddy dad is the least I could do. While helping the whole world at the same time, even in prayers. What was that? While drinking hot cocoa at the same time and thinking of you all that have been trying to inspire in the right proper force of direction while you're fastening your seatbelts and praying your tray tables are up in the right direction of gravitational force. Do you need B for Vendetta to help you in the movie? I could say it 3 times backwards. And then it will still come out the same way under 5 minutes of talking to you. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? It would make Van Gogh, he'd say, yes, ladies and gentlemen. If you see this tree right here, so small of its colors. Back then we used to use fruit peelings for an instrument. If a good joker couldn't tell a joke in a castle, they'd be thrown out of the village. It's a miracle that this guy can say all this in 5 minutes without no script, no backup, no commercial, no nothing. I have actors and actresses trying to figure this one out. It must be the hot cocoa. Heaven to help you if it's the hot cocoa in your head, so try to keep you warm while you're waiting to catch a flight. I pray you get home safe. I pray the airline that you're about to take part on and take off on doesn't crash all over the runway because he or she slipped on black ice. Heavens to Betsy. What about it? Well, let's turn to the blue book, shall we? December 7th, I'm going to go over yesterday's stuff. Christmas deals. You know, that's another definition. Have you ever seen The Postman, the movie? Kevin Costner. Amazing how far postal services come, keeping these folks employed. Christmas deals was also the abbreviation when first foundation of organization for help certain stamp came out at the U.S. Post Office. Christmas seal first appeared on this date in Delaware in 1917. The idea was developed by a Delaware social worker named Emily Bissel, who enlisted in the fight against tuberculosis. Fight for saving lives by her cousin, a doctor. At this time, tuberculosis was the leading cause of death in the United States, and Emily's cousin worked at an open-air sanatorium, which was in danger of closing for lack of funds. Emily had read the sale of Christmas seals in Denmark to help raise money for the children with tuberculosis and decided to try the idea in the United States. She borrowed money from friends and designated a small postage stamp, which she persuaded the local post office to sell for a penny apiece. All proceeds would help fight tuberculosis. She hoped to raise $300 instead of $3,000. Now, as you know, in 1970, $300 was like giving somebody $1 million. As hard-earned as those dolly years are, which ensured that sanatorium would remain open. The next year, Christmas seals raised more than $10,000. God bless her. The Christmas seal campaign soon led to the creation of the American Lung Association today, which raises millions of dollars each year. How about that? Well, go to Luke 21-35. Read it, know it, and know it's that it's Jesus' birth month. It is the spirit of giving. It's better to give than to receive. There's a child out there, even in the snowstorm right now, that needs a darn miracle to happen. Go to Make-A-Wish at Macy's. Write out a Christmas card, print it out, go to Macy's in person, and drop it off. For Santa's helpers, you'll be alright. They'll steer you in the right direction, the proper force. Post office for Make-A-Wish right there. Each Make-A-Wish card you make per person, they donate $1 or more to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. If you need more information, you can go to my website right here at wish.org. It's listed to your left. Click on it. It'll show you all the videos you need, the fine points on why Make-A-Wish Foundation exists to help those in need. For it will come upon all who dwell upon the face of the whole earth. That's a part of Luke 21-35 that this blue book of handy inspirational advice talks about. passed to me from some serious friends from a church. In Advent, I look to the day when the Lord will come again, not as an infant in Bethlehem, but in power and glory. All of history will come to an end, and the reign of God will be fulfilled. This week's scriptures reminds me that some things last and some things come to an end. I can get a clue about the end of history of how things continue by looking at my own life. I can think of things from my past that are gone, some that last. Maybe the house I grew up in is gone, perhaps the parish I attended is closed. Sometimes relationships don't last. High school friends or other friends come and go. I can think of things that last. The old piano I might have had is gone, but the music that's in me continues. My education will also be with me. Other relationships or friends have lasted and will be a part of me in the reign of God. With that perspective, I can begin to invest my heart in things that last and not invest too heavily in things that pass, like my relationships with God that last forever. Spend some quiet time with yourselves and with the Lord. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. May peace be amongst you wherever you are in the world. After all, as most nation leaders agree, even especially the one in North Korea, God bless him. His uncle defected to South Korea. It's about time. Something had to give. Do you know why? Because like me thinking, what better way to make sure peace is better than war? Do you know why? Because there's a lot of fishing to go out there, a lot of planning, a lot of retirement, a lot of good things that have yet to come. Like, for example, that big fence it's ridiculous. It's all nothing but fudge cake, boring nonsense that's been going on for years that's been keeping you both from communicating freely without looking over your shoulder. It needs to come down eventually because it's so ridiculous. It's a waste of money, a waste of fear, a waste of self-doubt, a waste of self-pity. And trust me, both sides have been hurting for years, including the people that keep you hungry free, your farmers, that's right. Think of them because they're the ones that keep you going. If it weren't for them, you'd be starving. Remember that. On both sides, okay? There's much to do, especially with what's going on up there. So we're going to Mars. More exciting things to go. Why should anyone else have all the fun? Gee whiz, we have rocks the size of our planet that missed us by a hair. One was a comet that just flew into the sun, and it still kept on trucking like it was hilarious. Imagine. Okay. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream of dreams. My dream is that your DMZ wall comes down. It's a waste of money. That's my dream. And there's nothing but peace and hope alive for both sides. Takes time, yes, I understand this, meaning Kim Jong Jr. That's why your dad called you Junior. No, takes time, but eventually that wall will come down. At least that's my prayers. As for those around watching, waiting, hoping for the best, we have better things to do other than pick on each other for flying through a zone. It's not till we're driving our wives and girlfriends through a zone, going shopping. Then we can complain. Hey, I'm flying a B-52 unarmed. Your girlfriend is back here. Where do you want her dropped off? She has a complaint. She's not at the mall right away. Then we really could complain, okay? Let's all duke it out at the same time. We'll text at the same time real fast. Then we have something really to talk about. And peace is better than war. All right. I make a good cemetery helper of both sides. I see things both sides, not just one side. As for those of you in Japan, I feel for you, especially those trying to put out that nuclear disaster reactor incident. You know, there's a guy I dream about. The same guy who wished he pressed that red button that shuts down everything. If he could rewind the clock, he would. He says you guys started something near the train station. Our coil reactor test shut down much like a circuit breaker. But it was never continued. You might want to think about that one, even though the reactor is 9 feet underwater. Golly, it's just a hint. Hope everybody's having a great week. Stay warm. God bless you wherever you are, especially you kids. Story time, bedtime story next. What's your help?